Do you know what's sad? Is that there is I think he's 17 or 18, year-old boy that I know that is trying to not get pulled into his unhealthy family dynamic of drugs and alcohol and lying and manipulating and all that, trying not to get drugged down and all that, and is trying to get out of that situation, but because he has never been taught to sit and really think about who he is as a person, you know, like what his dreams are, what he envisions for his life, what he wants out of life, the things that he enjoys spending time doing. He's never gotten a chance to even think about those things. And so, because life happens way too fast, if it's not intentional, if you just go with the happenings of life will sweep you away and take you away, and before you know it, you are making all of these decisions that you aren't even fully aware of, that are leading you into circumstances that that are just not the most ideal, that are not maybe what most of us say would envision for ourselves in our lives. But we end up making these decisions that end up us living in almost the exact nightmare that we want nothing to do. And I've been there myself, and it's just unfortunate that kids are not taught to sit with themselves and figure out, what is it that you like? What is it that you love? What do you want to do while you're here? What do you love doing? What inspires you? Who inspires you? What ideas come to your mind? What problems do you see in the world that you would love to solve, or that you have ideas about solving? We get so caught up in, money and a career, and that we just lose ourselves. We completely lose that childlike innocence of dreaming and hoping and imagining and creativity. We lose it. And I'd say a lot of it comes from going to school. In school, it starts off all creative and wonderful and beautiful and fun, and but over time, slowly, if you notice, the classrooms get a lot less colorful and a lot more just bleak and not creative, and more and more book work, more and more homework, just very uninspired, and it drains the life force out of people to where you just end up believing that that's all there is, that must be the way because it's school, right? That must be the way. And what do kids are, they're sponges. They don't know what is true and what's not, and so they go along and believing what's being shown to them, what's being told to them, and then living a life that looks a lot like what they were brought up with. And not everybody, of course, but for the ones that end up repeating the same cycles of their family dynamics, But even still, so many people, even that do say break out of it, are breaking out of it not always with the best of intentions. They can break out of it because they just want to prove their family wrong, or they just, they don't ever want to be poor like their family was, so they really strive for money. But I mean, I'm talking deeper. I'm talking like deep soul purpose. It's there. We see it in children. It's there. They can't help it. That's what they are and who they are. They pure imagination and creativity and innocence, and they have no reason to believe that they can't have all the hopes and dreams that they imagine. They have no reason not to believe. The only reason that they end up believing that they can't have it is because the grown-ups, the people in their life, tell them that that they can't. Or I mean, we say you can become anything you want, but really the way that this whole system is being created is to totally stifle that, is to totally, I don't know, just pretty much get rid of it, because we need good workers, right? We need people who are gonna obey and follow the line, stay in line, follow the line. And it just it breaks my heart, because this boy that I'm talking about, I can see he doesn't want to be part of the dynamic he was brought up with, but he doesn't know there's another way. He doesn't know that he can dream, that he can become something beautiful and amazing. It's like, to even think that is reality, it seems fantasy. Like, that's not something you think about. We've also, in a way, been trained to think that those types of things, going after your dreams and stuff, can be reckless, can be naive, can be just irresponsible. I don't know, but there's the people that inspire us the most are the ones that do go after their dreams, that are living those fulfilling lives, that they're really making an impact on people and on the world. Those are the people that inspire us. And why can't we all be doing that? We all have something in us that's been given to us by God, that is unique to us, that is meant to create a life of just abundance and passion, love for life, because you're really doing the thing that you're meant to do, and it feels so amazing, and God wants to support you through it. But it's like, in order to be able to take steps in that direction, all of the programming that you've been through in your life, all of the trauma, all of the pain, you've got to heal from. That is your life's work. That's your work. That's your soul work. You gotta look at the things that happened in childhood and any traumas that have occurred in your life and transmute them. you've got to change that black hole into, what's the opposite of a black hole? I'm trying to think of what it's called when stars explode. Shoot, why can't I think of it? But an explosion. Just, like instead of pulling inward, it's going out. We are all so unique and so special, and we have so many talents and gifts and in each one of us that God has given each one of us to pursue and go after and believe in. And I know what it's like to believe that the dreams that you hold are impossible. I mean, I'm still kind of in that in-between stage where I'm not quite living the dream, but I'm seeing the clarity of it more and more every day. But it's also because I've done a lot of work on my mind, and my heart, my emotions, my soul, it's been a long process, because I have so lost myself through my life, very much so. Like, I actually have a song about how I have become all the things that I've never wanted to become. Had I had a choice in the matter, I would have never become the things that I became. And the stage of life I'm in right now, it's like over these last 9 months, been waking up to who I really am, like really am, and it's been crazy. And it's like the only way you can really get to this place is if, I don't know, for one, you slow down, not need so many distractions, just be with yourself. What do you really want? And and be okay with the things that you want. As long as it's not harming anyone or preventing anyone from doing what they want, there's no reason that you can't have the things that you desire. Again, I stress, as long as it's not hurting anybody or preventing anyone from doing what they're being called to do, And with it being, connecting to that God source in you, it's a beautiful purpose. It's going to bless people in some way or another. It's going to help uplift this world because it's from God. And, God has placed something within each one of us to, each one of us is special. If you look at the stars in the sky, each one is amazing. Each one is in its own self, could just be an incredible sight to see just as itself, to see it in its glorious self, shining bright. But the thing is we're all like that. And if you look at the sky, there are billions of stars, and they all are amazing. That is how it is with us. God has given each one of us something very unique and special to shine bright like the stars in the sky. But if the way that this world is set up, we get lost and our light gets dimmed, and we totally forget who we are. And You know, life is hard. It is. And the more that though you get lost in the pain and suffering of the world, the more pain and suffering you end up feeling. It's just like an unfortunate thing. But the more that you start, you know, soul searching and finding that truth within yourself, the more things start to feel better. It's not like things drastically change. You're still gonna have problems, you know. There's a funny thing that I listened to this man called, you know, it's hard to think of things when on the spot on a video. Oh, I can feel it. He's so close. It's so close. But okay, he said that, you know, problems are a sign of life, you know, and he knows a great place where, you know, people have no problems. It's, you know, at the cemetery. So think of that. You know, problems are a sign of life, you know. He was like joking around, like, you know, if I didn't have any problems, I'd get down on my knees and I'd be like, Lord, don't you trust me anymore? It's so funny. Norman Vincent Peale. There you go. He's awesome. He's so funny. Yeah. I don't know, you guys. Like, just try to spend some time with yourself. Like, and if it's hard to spend time with yourself, that's a clear sign that you've got some work to do, you know, and that's okay. I've been there. I've been there. Being alone was like, a really scary thing for me in my time. Like panic attack, scary. So I get it. What made it easier though for me to spend time alone, because I was like forced to, just in my current situation, I was all alone in my house. I would start doing the things that I liked or that I wanted to learn. So I started doing more art and more singing, because that's like things that I like. And it made spending time with me better, you know. And I would play music or a video or whatever, but that's like, you know, I looked forward to it, you know. So try to feed yourself more, like, and let it be okay to give to yourself, like, the things that you like, just do that for yourself and enjoy it. And know that actually what's crazy, the things that you enjoy like that is your true self. That is the thing that you need to feed. You know, those things that feel so good to give to yourself. That's like, it's just funny because it's like we want to deny ourselves. Like, no, we can't sit and paint, or we can't sing. That's a waste of time. That's not getting me money. It's all about the money, you know. But really, what's more important? Having a new car, or, you know, a fancy house, or knowing your soul, you know? And when you know your soul and you love yourself deeply, it doesn't matter where you live, how much money you have, because that happiness, that contentment, no one can take away from you. Those are the things that, you know, Jesus talks about in the Bible. You know, don't focus on the material things that, you know, can rust and the moths can eat, and, you know, it's gonna disappear and go away in this reality. Focus on the things that can't be taken from you. hope, faith, dreaming, creativity, imagination, character building, strength, resilience, patience, determination, belief in yourself, knowing yourself, just contentment, peace. Those things are way more valuable than any material possession you could ever have. And the ironic part is that the more content you are with yourself, the more things that you are going to attract in that are going to be, supporting you financially, materially, but you won't be you won't be so attached to them. They can go, because for me, I've lost like so many things that have been valuable to me, and I'm still okay. It was painful, it was hurtful, but they're just things. And what matters is that I'm, my relationship with myself, with God, with my sons, with the people that mean the most to me. Those are the things that matter most. And if those things are good, material things are nice, and a lot of things hold value. And there's some things that have really held value to me that I didn't get a say in if they, were thrown away or gotten rid of. And it's hurt. It's been sad, but again, I'd rather have a good relationship, with the things that matter than having a bunch of stuff that is never gonna fill my soul, like having a good relationship with my children do. Making sure that that's good. I can pour into my car, but yeah, I love my car. I do. My car is like so important to me. Anyone who knows me knows like my car is like, I love my car. But my car will never satisfy my soul, no matter how much I love it. But my relationship with my son, my boys, those relationships are the things that really matter the most. Like truly, truly matter the most. Because I am raising another human being, to be in this world. And I am the one who's showing him what's important, what's not important, and I'm the one who shows him what love is and what love needs to feel like, and showing him what to believe, what not to believe. Like, I refer to him because I have a 14-year-old and then a 2.5-year-old. So my 2.5-year-old is at a different stage of life, obviously, than my 14-year-old. And it's fun. It's fun actually to and challenging. Oh gosh, my little man. I love him so much. I haven't, though, because so much of those like little days, years are not as so much coaching, and that it's more honestly discipline. He's got to learn right from wrong, and what's okay and what's not okay. And so they're kind of challenging for me at those age, but I still love it too. I'm just someone who loves every stage, but honestly, when they start needing to learn the yes and no's and their boundaries and how much they push and push and push and push, and it's definitely challenging for me, but it's so worth the effort that's put in, though. It's so worth the effort of getting those boundaries put into place and teaching what can and cannot be done. And it's hard, it's tough, but it's so worth it, because then once they've got it, then you can really start developing their character and teaching them about the world. And I don't know, anyways, I'm kind of going on. But please take time to learn who you are. You will never regret it. You will never regret that time. It will always be something that will give you way more than focusing on money or material things. Know who you are. Really sit with yourself. Like, there's so much more to you than you could ever imagine or realize. Like, there's so much depth to you. And the more that you spend time learning you, the more you're gonna fall in love with you, because you are so awesome. Like, truly, you are. And there are people in this world that need you and whatever it is that you have. They need it. They need your message. They need your song. They need your invention. They need your idea. They need your creativity. People need you. We all need each other. We're all here. So thinking that any one of us is less important or less valuable is just a sham. It's not true. It's not true. I mean, imagine a world where we are all shining, where we are all living in our true, authentic selves. People are happy, like, really loving life. What a world that would be, where it wasn't about take, but about give, because we feel so full, So, anyways, yeah. Let me know what you think.